Camera, you infer, requires a maker because of what?
Because people have made similar.
Not because of that. Not because of that.
That's the reason why I believe it. You can't tell me why I believe it.
Okay. So if I give you, if I give you an object, the first time I've made it, that means what? No one's made it before. I can do that as a scientist, right? If I was a scientist, I can make something, and then I show you what it does. And wait. I want you to think. You're an intelligent person, so I want you to use your intellect at this point. The first instance of this thing that is made, it has no precedent, okay? No one has made this before. So I give you this, and I show you what it does. It records your speech, it takes pictures, it even walks on wheels, maybe. It even actually talks back to you when you respond. It responds to you. You say, how are you? It says, I'm fine, right? It says you in English. And then it actually displays that on its screen, right? So may I make something like this? It's not a camera, it's not a phone, it's not a computer. Something that I made, never been made before. I present it to you. You haven't seen who made it. So what are you going to argue? This is not made by anyone? Are you going to argue that this is not designed?
I'm going to ask you how the person made it.
No, are you going to say this is not designed?
That's not the kind of question I would even...
No, I'm asking you. Now here is this piece. This is what it does. You can open it inside and you can have a look at it. You know, the things that they were assembled. So because it's the first item, I'm going to ask you this question. Is it designed?
I mean, probably. If I asked you to show me the person who made it...
No, I cannot show you the person who's made it. So I show you the product and I'm asking you, is it designed?
Then I have no reason to believe that.
So you will be believing that this is not designed?
I mean, it's a machine, and machines we've proved can only be made by people.
No. Don't assume anything.
I'm assuming you need a lot of assumptions.
No. I am saying there is this product I'm giving you. In fact, I can do that if I want to. I can actually get a scientist, make something like this and no one done before, and an inventor. And I give it to you. What is easy to do? This experiment I can easily do that in Speaker's Corner if I want to. Actually, I will do that maybe next one time. Bring something, no one's seen it before, right? If I were to produce something to you like this, and I say, look, is this designed? You cannot come with an argument, oh, this is designed because people are designing it because there's no one who's made it before. So would you then say, as an intelligent person, sorry, what's your name? Jerome. Jerome, would you say, Jerome, this is not designed?
Probably not, no, because it's a machine.
Hang on. This has nothing to do with machine now. Are you saying machine has to be designed?
Machines have to be designed because we only know that they've been like the only machines we've ever seen have been designed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that they are because we have pointed the machine to the.
But I'm saying it's not a machine. It's a thing.
What is it then?
It's a thing.
What is it then?
It's called a thing.
What's a thing?
A thing.
Be very specific.
This is called a thing.
You have to be pretty specific.
Yeah. It's called the A thing. That's the name.
How much?
It actually says it on the label.
Yeah.
A thing.
ATHING.
A thing. So this A thing, is it designed?
I don't know.
You know what?
If it's here, then if it's on the earth and it was pretty recent, you can infer that someone made it because.
No one. You haven't seen anyone making it.
Yeah, I know, but if it's here, you can
So
infer
actually, the reason why you will say it's designed, you will know that the complexity and the precision engineering.
No one's seen it before.
Yeah. So it's not because I know the designer. Because you have,
in some cases it is. In some cases.
but in my example, you would not know the designer.
I wouldn't know.
Right. But yet, you'll be forced to say it's designed. I know that. If I were to produce to you, you'll be forced. Otherwise, you'll be making like a joking statement.
You can say the reason it's designed because you do certain jobs.
Yeah.
certain
You will say the
functions.
reason why it's designed
That's why it's
because design implies what? Thought processes, planning. Implementing this plan, organization, and so on and so forth. This is what we mean by designing. If someone intends something for a particular purpose of doing things and they happen this seems to be designed for speaking back to you, to record your speech, whatever. So it has an intent thing. And it does that. You may not know that it was actually intended for that, but it does that. So you will say, actually, this is a piece which is doing these things and it is a design. Because otherwise it will be just semantics. So what I'm illustrating from this point is, just because you don't know the designer doesn't mean there's no design involved.
Yeah, but you implied, you compared you compared something that someone can make up now to the universe.
I'm saying the universe shows more precision and complexity than anything that you can imagine.
I mean, does it though?
Yes.
I mean, okay.
Look at nature. Look at your body.
Yeah.
Your blood vessels, the way they
There's
operate.
a lot of problems with my body too. I
No,
can
no,
catch
no.
a lot of
You-
diseases.
no, no,
I
you're-
can
you're-
get
you're-
cancer,
okay.
I can
Wait,
get-
wait, wait,
No,
wait.
You point to all these blood vessels, but you just ignore.
What have I ignored?
You ignore the very fact that we can even get diseases. The very fact that we can get diseases.
Are you saying in your body there's no design?
They're probably. Okay.
No, let's talk about disease. What is disease? Disease is when your body somehow loses its
Ability.
host defense function,
Yeah, to
okay,
to invading
to
Passive-
counteract these external bodies,
Yeah.
because somehow your body is weak,
Yeah.
your immune system is weak, and then it doesn't fight back, right? But if you look at it, when a foreign pathogen, whether it's a bacteria or something, goes in there, your body responds to it. It comes and swarms with all these elements, right?
Sometimes
And then it
doesn't,
fights.
Sometimes it doesn't, and you die.
Wait, look. If
The
you
body
really
is not perfectly made. It's really
look,
not.
now you're doing another straw man about
Bro,
it's
I'm
designed, but it's not
But he's
perfect,
talking
right?
about Your organs, how they
Look,
function
When
and how
when
they
a
with each other.
bacteria,
You
when
see,
a
your
bacteria,
brain is
brother,
the
just
most
one moment.
complex phenomena in the universe.
When a bacteria or bacterian colony, right, goes into your body, do you know what your body does? Doesn't just do nothing. Your body fights it.
Yes.
Right. This fighting happens because of a design. So your body is already taking into account that yes, it will fight these invaders and it will protect you. Of course, if your system is weak, for example, against a strong pathogen, then you get problems. But the fact that there is a mechanism in place showing that there is a design to exactly do that fight that back. So there is a design.
I know evolution.
You can't-
Evolution explains that probably better than what you do. You say that something designed your body system, implying that and also even if you are right, I see no reason to believe that an all-powerful, all-knowing God wouldn't be able to make a perfect body, being able to fight off all.
God didn't create this world and this earth paradise.
Well,
What you're
that's-
asking
that's-
for,
that's
no.
a cop-out.
What you no, that's not a cop out.
Yeah, but
What
you-
you're asking for, let's understand something.
You
No,
form
let's understand
your
something.
belief around your own story,
No,
which
let's
you
not.
can't.
No. I want you to think rationally. God, if He creates a human being with free will entails some people use it unwisely, do bad things, right? So there will be.
I mean, that's pretty hard. Like I don't even know, man. Like we respond to like neurons and stuff. We respond to neurons. Like free will as a concept doesn't seem to make much sense.
So you don't have free will. All that time you spoke with us in this here, you were forced to speak. You had no free will.
I mean, I was made to speak by neurons and stuff.
Hang on.
I don't really have.
Did you have any free will to stay and speak?
No, man. You probably like.
So you had no free will to stay and
If you,
speak.
when you study things like that and like brain neurons, you begin to feel like you're controlled by your own body.
Let me ask you this question simply. Are you saying you have no free will to make any choices? Yeah.
I said
So
probably no.
the Imperial Armani, the T-shirt that you were wearing,
Yeah.
you were forced to buy that.
I mean, my mom bought it for me. I didn't buy it.
Yeah. So your mum was
Actually,
forced.
that's
Your mum
true.
was forced to buy it, right?
I mean, buy her.
And who forced her to be here?
Buy her neurons.
Do you see what it's taking?
I mean, if you don't like it,
It's not about liking. It's not about liking.
It doesn't make it any.
No, it's a
any
question about when say someone these people who believe that they don't have any free will, and yet they go to a restaurant of their choice, they have the meal of their choice. Are they really saying, you know what, I am forced to eat this
I don't know. I feel like
potato. I'm forced to eat this, nice delicate dish with oysters. I am forced to wear this clothes. I am forced to go with this woman or this man. Is that what you really think they believe?
I mean, that's
We should really wake up to reality. I mean, these people are just playing with your mind.
wow. So you're in.
Do you really think these people really believe they are forced to say, you know what, I am forced to
You can't
go
can't really point to a self. You can't really point to a self in you. You can't really prove that self actually exists. So implying that there is one is kind of not an accusation, a presumption at best. But you're implying that a self exists to be like. Obviously, we operate under like our justice systems implying that we have free will, right? but like since you can't point to a self and be like this self exists, and you can't really point to how we make decisions. All we know is that neurons are sent by transmitters and stuff, and it makes our muscles move and stuff like that. By that, you can draw from that conclusion that we don't have free will, that we're controlled by neurons. Like it's obviously
What controls the neurons?
our brain. Doesn't
No, your brain consists. When you say brain, look. What is this brain? What does it consist of?
Materials.
Look, your nervous system, it has elements. It has all these synapses, axons, right? Okay. What's controlling them the way to behave? Why does it make synapses? Why does it make connections?
What formed them in the first place?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, let's leave this. Let's leave these issues of free will. Let's issue the free will. The reason why. Let me tell you the reason why people want free will. Want to believe in God. It is not because God is something not obvious. God is not provable. Yes, it's not because of this. It's their own personal desires where they don't want to believe in God, because the moment you want to believe in God, you know what happens? Responsibility, accountability.
You're implying that what you're saying is true. You're implying that a God actually exists for me to have responsibility to say God.
No, I am saying.
You're implying that you're right in your first premise,
Look,
which is ridiculous.
I am saying something exists always. This something has will, awareness, and energy.
So does every
This
other
is.
religion.
I don't know. It's about what I see. Look. We're not debating every other religion. I am discussing about your alternative about there is no God, and there is this God.
If I want to use preemptive,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So in your model, there is no God, right? That's the godless model. I am saying the model I'm giving to you, that there is something that exists always, which is self-aware, which has a will, and which has energy. And because of this self-awareness and because of this will and possessing of energy, this thing, which I call the creator, God, Allah, is able to do things, and that's why things happened. In your, it's not about every other religion. You're not really understanding the point. There's two options. One option is a godless model where there is no agent, there is no thing that is self-aware, there is no thing that which has possessed a will. It's just matter. Matter. Nothing. So you're saying matter self-assembled and proceeded into differentiation of all these things. Does it make sense?
I mean, it makes more sense than this.
Okay.
It makes a
Look.
lot more sense.
You know, materials, right? Matter. When you talk about atoms and you break them down into different levels, the assembly of this in different ways is how our universe is. Okay? If you think they just self-assembled without an organizer, without an assembler, it is like believing things. You know what? You can get things assembled. Like you can have, say you want to make your best meal, right? What do you like food-wise? What does your mom cook, which is your best dish? Rice and chicken. Tandoori chicken maybe, or kurma chicken. Right, okay, let's say chicken, right? Chicken has to be with some spice, salt. It has to be cooked in a specific flavors, cooked with a particular temperature, right? So it's ready for eating. You're just simply saying this assembly, it just can happen exactly they want by leaving a piece of meat in her kitchen for eternity. And then what will happen is these spices will come
together by itself.
the fire will flame, and then the salt will be placed, it will burn, and then you will have a nice tandoori chicken. It will never happen if your mom didn't or someone else didn't bring it together, assemble it together. I'm comparing will.
They're very different.
Will. Someone needs to will to assemble these things to happen. You are saying matter which doesn't have a will, and yet it assembles this beautiful world.
The world is not that great. The world kind of sucks.
Why are you so pessimistic? The world is great. The world is great.
There's a lot of things that get on my nerves about the world.
Yeah, but this is, you may have personal issues, like you had a girlfriend or a wife that
I've
abandoned
never-
you and
I've never
left
had
you, and then you really felt like my life is all over. I can give you enough reasons why people somehow say I don't believe in God, right? Just because of emotional reasons.
Yeah.
But when you look at it intellectually,
Wow.
you will realize with your own intellect that God has given you, and you are an intellectual person. You are very
You're implying that the world is beautiful
I
when-
know you are a man of intelligence. I am not undermining your intelligence. I'm saying simply use your intelligence, use your intellect, propel it, drive it to the right way, look at the right criticisms, and make your sound judgment out of it, and you will see
I
it doesn't
technically
make
haven't-
sense.
I technically haven't
Matter
read-
by itself can organize and bring all of this consistency, precision, and constance. It doesn't make sense
I know.
that matter somehow, can make from matter living things, and it can then make it develop without an organizing. It just happens by chance. Again, it can just organize it.
I know, but you're implying that.
Look at how the fairy tale this is. It's a fairy tale that you can.
And yours is
Mine is a rational inference.
okay.
All I've given you is a rational process
No,
where
no, no.
you haven't argued anything against it.
Now what I'm saying, I didn't really get to explain my position at the beginning. All right, so I'm pretty much like people think that atheism is a positive claim, and it's really not. Atheism is saying that you lack a belief in God, right? You don't believe that one doesn't exist. You're implying that the ones that you know of probably don't exist. Probably not, right? That's what atheism is. I'm not I don't actually know about much.
I'm not dealing with atheism. I'm dealing with your
Exactly,
position.
exactly.
Your
That's
position
why-
is something exists always. And then I'm asking, okay, does that something have consciousness? Does that something have will? Does that something possess energy? Because you, to believe that this thing possesses all of that, you are saying it is exactly the same as God, but I'm not going to call it God. It is exactly as the creator, but I'm not going to call it creator. Do you know what you're doing? You're just labeling it differently. This looks like a camera, but I'm not going to call it a camera. I'm going to call it a thing.
Even if the world
It
was
does
made
look the works
by-
of a camera, but I call it a thing.
Even if the world was made by a creator, let me just entertain that for a second, right? It doesn't lead me into a religion. It doesn't.
That's the next step.
It doesn't really. It doesn't lead you
That's
into
further
anything.
steps. First step is knowing that the creator exists or not.
Wow.
That's the first step.
I mean, that would be.
Next step is what are the characteristics and attributes or properties of this creator. Once you know the characteristics or attributes of this creator, then you will see where religion fits in. If this creator has within his essence a property which is to create, then the creation will follow. If this creator has this property of love, love will be shown and demonstrated. You will see how this is expressed. Yep. So if this creator is someone who is just in his reality, he will create beings where justice will be demonstrated, where people will be judged
To see
in his
imperfections,
justice.
yes.
So this will follow. So it is important for you, Jerome, to first acknowledge, does the creator exist or not? That's the first step.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to get to that conclusion very quickly because there's a lot of things that imply that there wasn't one. There's even if there was one.
What
this
are your
thing-
arguments against the creator?
This thing would have to be.
There's
really,
two options.
Really clever, right? This
Yeah,
thing-
remember, Jerome, there's two options, right? God exists or doesn't exist. There's only two options.
Yeah.
I can give you a model of God doesn't exist, and in this model, nothing should exist.
Yeah, nothing at all.
No God, nothing.
I mean, we don't like. Obviously, we don't know that. We don't know that there wouldn't be things.
Why should there be things? Now tell me now. If you,
exactly, I don't know. But
it's not about I don't know. You have to have a model which look. You can't say, look, I don't believe in God, but my alternative is I don't have one.
Yeah. I
No.
don't have one. That's it.
Yeah. So the only alternative you're left with is the alternative which is God. Do you see? If you don't have any other alternatives, the only alternative is the only thing that you have. Look,
If you